From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Dragons of Tokyo taking on the New York Jets.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now a late signee let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
But you look at this defense.
They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
He completes it to Wilson. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
A lot to talk about when it comes to Garrett Wilson, the reigning offensive rookie of the year. Last season, really embraced the wide receiver one role in New York. Broke Keyshawn Johnson's rookie record for yards, and one of the brightest young stars at his position lives up to that by getting another Jets first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
The Jets at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot, versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
He finds Wilson. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal.
They'll run with Cook. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Dalvin Cook, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
First down, Wolford.
A dump down to McKinnon. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up second down.
You talk about this Jets defense.
They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
They'll be in search of 80 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Wolford on third down.
He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 11 yards for number 11.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. And they responded into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Slot man moves right. Running off tackle with Cook. They find some open field here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
He'll get 4 yards of the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Working from the gun. Rodgers. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
To throw is Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in, announcing a firing. There's no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Wolford's throw here complete to Kelsey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 3. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Has his man, that's James. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice. gain yards on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd and 1 now from the 21. Yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football, and what a nice gain on that play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he'll decide to keep this once more. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now they'll change things up. From the gun, it's Wolford. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wolford. Buying time to his left. Open man, it's the tight end Kelce. Touchdown! Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dragons have cut it back within a score.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Cook now off the read option. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. And it's Joshua Williams with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
Give the tackle that time to Jordan Whitehead.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
On 1st and 10, here's Wolford.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Now they'll audible to something else. And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. Down the left sideline.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
John Wolford.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Dragons have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation and try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. Running on first down is Cook, but he didn't find much there. Call it a gain of 3, 2nd down.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where
both
we
these
find
teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak.
Report.
And for the call
Coach.
of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gutton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too. Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
On second down, here's Wolford.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way
good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On third down, it's Pacheco.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. And on now is the punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
Here's Hardman to return. Fantastic punt return of 80 yards. And the Jets have retaken a third-quarter lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 17-14.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Tackle by Ashton Davis up from the secondary.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Wolford going to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Hardman on the return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. Now he exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. And now they'll throw with Wolford. That'll be caught by James.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A handoff now for Pacheco.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
An 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Dragons have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On play action, Rodgers.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
And
Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Justin Reed.
Now he's loose at the 40.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Throwing on 1st down, here's Wolford.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8.
A gain of 3, second down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Here's Wolford to the air. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. Touchdown! Isaiah Pacheco. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Dragons take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Butker now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Dragons 28, Jets 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wolford to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 36 yards. And the Dragons get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play.
Jets 17.
The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Rodgers. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll run for it. Cook. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And a short gain down to about the 33. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run for it with Pacheco. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A good pickup there, a 22.
That's good for a Jets 1st down.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight.
76 yards rushing for him now to this point.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Cook following the penalty. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance, if they want, to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
On play action, Wolford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Give to Pacheco off the option. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, now Wolford. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Now inside the 25. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And now they'll shift things around. Another run on 2nd down. Try to cover up. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Pacheco once again. And some room to roam now. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 132 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Wolford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ross. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The play fake, and now Wolford. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for our visitors, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.